daughter so that she could use it as her own wallet, so that we could teach her a little bit about like savings and allowance and stuff. And she's 6.5 years old, so this is not what it looked like when I was using it. She decorated it with all kinds of stickers and things. So this is what her version looks like. But mine, it just had like embossed birds on it and stuff. And I gave it to her, and the way that I did it is I made these little, and I did this for myself too. I made these little pockets out of like cards and things, and this is how she kind of designates her money, her little allowance that she earns. We call it earning commission in our house because we follow the Dave Ramsey way to manage our finances. So anyway, I developed this system where I was using this ring bound system as a wallet, and fashioned my own like sleeves and things. I was even using things like that to hold my credit cards and things, and it just got really, really thick, and it wasn't entirely achieving what I wanted it to. And I realized that since I was going to be a little more serious about this whole ring bound thing, then I might as well get a nicer ring bound planner. So I broke down and did get a Filofax. So this video is about my Filofax planner in personal size as a wallet. And I'm going to show you a flip through, but I thought I would do just an introduction so that you could see it. But this is my Filofax here that I'm using as a wallet. This is a personal size, so you'll see it's kind of on the big side, I guess. It's not what they would call an A5, which is, I don't actually have an A5 Filofax, but I do have something called a Kiki K planner because, like I said, I got into ring bound. And so this is like an A5 ring bound planner in comparison to this here. So you'll see the different size comparison, just slightly smaller. But the way that I think about, and I do use my Kiki K, and I'll go through that, like, I don't know, at another time. I'll flip through for that, what I use for that. And I carry that with me everywhere. But I use this as a wallet. I've always liked using a large, long wallet, but it's never really served the purpose that I hoped a large and long wallet would serve. So I've been able to do some things with this that have made it into a really, really great wallet for me to use on the daily, for me to do financial planning and follow the Dave Ramsey system, and yeah, use it for all it's worth. So sorry this introduction has been a little bit long. It's like going on 5 minutes now, but I will show you the flip through now. So let's get started. So here we go. This is my Filofax Personal. This is a new print. It's the Daisy print. I ordered it straight from Filofax UK. Could not get it on the US site. The first thing that you see is this is my cash sleeve. And at the beginning of every month, I tried to divvy out a little bit of like some fun money for myself, and then I tuck it in there. And then over here, where all these cards are, these are all my, I guess they'd be like membership cards, or of course health insurance cards, essential cards. My driver's license is there. And then in this pocket, I have some Post-it notes that I got from Target that match in the black and white color scheme. Kind of serendipitous from the dollar spot, so it matches the outside a little bit. They're actually not, there's a business card. But I was saying the Target, the dollar spot ones, the sticky notes are actually not the greatest quality, so sometimes I have to washi tape them down, but it's okay. They're nice, they're cute, and they match the rest of the Filofax, which I like things to kind of complement and match each other. So I keep them there. And then this here is part of what I use as the wallet, and I'm going to explain it a little bit later, and then I'm going to link these on Amazon where I bought them. I have a whole bunch of gift cards and coupons in here, and this is actually called a document sleeve. And I stumbled upon it on Amazon when I was looking for card sleeves so that I could adapt them for my ring bound planner when we get beyond the monthly personal allowance pocket there. And I know it's like covered with stickers and that's ridiculous, but you know, I don't know. I was doing this with my daughter, just like how she had decorated her planner that I gave her, and clearly I went a little crazy, and oh well, I don't really care.
So right now there's no cash in there. There's only a receipt from something that I used to pay in cash for, which is actually not supposed to come from my monthly allowance, so I have to reorganize that. But that is a Filofax brand sleeve. So originally, when I made this and I shared this on Instagram, this is my setup that I used, and I used ID card holders. I was originally going to use scrapbook photo holders, and when I was in Hobby Lobby, I stumbled upon these and thought, well, it seemed like the plastic was just a lot heavier and would work a little bit better in terms of just like the long term. So I got these, and I had these labels left over, and then I used decorative duct tape that I also kind of had in my stash, and I adapted them so that you could clip them right in. But I adapted them in such a way that, see how they clip into the 6 rings? That's a quadruple layer of duct tape, and it's pretty heavy duty. It's going to stand up, but I was also really afraid that over time it was going to put too much stress on the actual rings of the Filofax, and so I don't know, I didn't like how, number one, I stacked all of the cards together, and you'll see I have different categories and different cards would go in there. After I did it, I realized I much rather would have organized it so that they were tiered and then also not done 4 layers of duct tape. And then I have the Psalms in there. I'm a Christian, and so this helps me to kind of remember ways that I can kind of keep myself calm. And then I have this section where I took the actual Filofax colorful sheets and used scrapbook stickers, or I guess to make your own calendar. And so these are just pages for like anecdotal note-taking per month. So I don't use this for a monthly planner. I have another planner that I use for that. And I still do use my ARC-bound planners, but I found that this works well. And this is my happiness list, and this is going to sound really, really weird, but I struggle with PTSD, which is post-traumatic stress disorder, and I can go into that like another time. But and anxiety comes with that, and so one of the things that I have to do sometimes to keep the panic attacks at bay is to help remind myself to not like get all up in my head and be happy. So I made myself a happiness list, because these are things that just, I don't know, they kind of make me happy immediately, and I can go there and be like, okay, like the world's not falling apart. In the very back you have addresses and things. And I had to take a whole bunch of inserts, including dividers, out of my Filofax in order to adapt it into something that would be a wallet, so that's what I just showed you. But anyway, this kind of worked for me, but at the same time it didn't, because, like I said, I had stacked them all so that they were all just like in a stack right there in the middle. I like to keep receipts, so there was no place for me to really keep receipts. And I don't know, I wanted to redesign it. So I had the intention to redesign it, and that's why I was looking on Amazon, and then I found what I felt like were the perfect sleeves. And sorry, this is really not very elegant, but it's hard for me to do this one-handed. So let me show you now what my Filofax looks like. So I have, as in the planner world, I have planner piece now, what my Filofax looks like and how I use it as a wallet, because I stopped using these because I discovered something much different and much better. So I'm putting those aside, and I don't know what I'm going to do with them. Maybe they'll be useful for like something else. I don't know. We'll see. It was a good experiment, actually, but I much rather would have had them tiered, so that kind of like what you see in long wallets when they have the photo albums, and then it would have been nice if they would have been tiered, and then I would have had them in there. Maybe then I wouldn't have redesigned it, but I don't know. What I found is just so much better. And I'm going to put a link for these sleeves that I found on Amazon. So, gone with these. Going to tuck them away. Sorry, I'm like doing this voiceover and it's taking forever for me to get the other sleeves. Here they are. Okay, so these sleeves are actually called document holders, and what they're intended for is there is a front pocket, and that's supposed to be kind of for your car registration or your car insurance. And then there's a back pocket, and that back pocket is either for your card registration or your car insurance. I can't remember which card is smaller. I think the car registration is bigger than the car insurance, at least according to the way that things work for me. So I thought that this would be a great alternative to what I had originally thought would work for me, because I can put receipts or I can put coupons in the back pocket, and then I can put the card in the front. And then I can still, so this is the same sleeve as here, but this one is just like stuffed and organized differently, and it's also really heavy, so I wasn't going to try and adapt it and put it into my Filofax on the rings, because I think it would have stressed out the rings a little bit too much, would have pulled them apart, and I didn't want to do that. So I found these sleeves, and I took this idea, and I felt like it would work well for these sleeves. And so I took duct tape and I stripped the interior edge and punched them. I hand punched them all. And there we go. So this is my new setup. And you'll see it is just a little bit of the same, but just slightly different. I'm going to put this into my ring bound now so you can see it. And again, be really like not slick about this. Sorry about that. But so that you can see them in my Filofax. And I used duct tape. I used gold metallic to match the gold sleeves that I had. And then I used, it's called Vegas lace, which I thought was kind of weird, decorative duct tape. I got them both on Amazon. I had a gift card actually for my birthday from my in-laws, so it went to good use. So those little labels that you see are labels that I made out of duct tape. And they fit. I hand punched them. I did not quadruple the duct tape for the inner bindings there, so it's not nearly as heavy. I did triple duct tape though, and that seems to be doing just fine. And I hand punched all of the, I guess the inner edges there so that it clips nicely into the 6 rings. And then I have them in a very specific order, and of course designations per that order for each of my cards. And then once they're all in, taking a long time, sorry, happens when it's one-handed. Now I close the coils, I'm sorry, the rings, and now that's how it works. So my first one is my primary debit, and I also keep a little card there of our sponsor child from World Vision for me to remind myself that, like, I don't need to buy all the things, and I certainly don't need to spend all the money, and if I'm going to spend money, maybe I should send it to her instead. She lives in Honduras. Her name is Maria, and we've been sponsoring her for a year, and or a little less than a year. But anyway, so yeah, that's why I have her picture there instead of just my card. And what you just saw there was a receipt like spike that they use in restaurants, and I regularly clean out my wallet, and I'll put my receipts there and sort them and save them for bookkeeping for both personal finance, and then I have my own business. So there's Maria, sweet Maria, Marna. And World Vision is a great organization, by the way, if you ever want to sponsor a child. Like, we get letters from her, and we write to her and send her packages and stuff, and it's really cool. So that is my primary debit. That's like my, you know, my cash source. This is for food and gas. I have an Amex. They give really, really great points, like triple and double points on restaurants and grocery and gas, so that's why I have that there. And then I have coupons here for some of our favorite places that we eat or get treats. Health expenses, so these are my pharmacy cards. And then there is a coupon there from the Target Rewards, and then a receipt there for my new glasses that I just got. So I have to file all of those. And then this is for business and hobby. That's actually kind of more like a debit card because it's my PayPal business card. And then I have coupons for Michael's, AC Moore,